I'm sharing with you the 25 films that I like the most. These films were selected from the movies released in theaters this year. 25. Alpha. Shaped by themes of body horror and post-human transformation. A shocking science fiction and horror experience. 24. Maria. The life of a powerful opera singer at the peak of her career, filled with passion, fame, and sacrifice. The film 28 years later is in 23rd place. 28 years after the beginning of the zombie apocalypse, a dystopian and wild sequel in which survivors try to build a new world. 22. Mikey 17. The film focuses on a disposable worker who is repeatedly used and replaced by a clone after his death. It also tells the story of this worker's struggle to discover his humanity and individuality. 21. Wicked for Good. The sequel to the musical Wicked, which tells the backstory of the villain, this time focusing on the idea of true goodness. 20. Blue Moon. A story about fate, luck, or second chances shaped around the metaphor of the rare blue moon. 19. Lee. A film focusing on the life of the famous war photographer and journalist Lee Miller, who is drawn into the spiritual and emotional hardships under the conditions of World War II. 18. Sorry Baby. A surprising film that quietly yet deeply follows the traces of trauma of a young woman who has been abused. The film is calm on the surface but profoundly sorrowful inside. 17. The Most Precious of Cargoes. The moral journey of a poor woman who tries to save a baby thrown from a concentration camp train. 16. Hard Truths. A powerful drama in which characters confront disturbing truths and face the limits of honesty and relationships. 15. The Life of Chuck. Adapted from a story by Stephen King. A three-part narrative that tells a man's life in reverse, starting from his death and moving towards his birth. Before moving on to the next film, if you enjoy videos like this, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. 14. Predator, Badlands. An epic and emotional journey of a young predator outcast from his clan on his greatest hunt. During this journey, he encounters an unexpected android ally on a dangerous planet. 13. Conclave. The intrigues, secrets, and power struggles of cardinals gathered in the Vatican to elect a new pope are told behind closed doors, accompanied by magnificent music. 12. Bugonia. A film inspired by an old theory suggesting that humans originate from bees or other organisms, blending science fiction and thriller themes. 11. Weapons. A horror film that tells how a single weapon or an act of violence shatters the interconnected lives of a small town. 10. Better Man. The personal struggle and journey of redemption of a music man who regrets his past mistakes and tries to become a better person. 9. Avatar, Fire and Ash. A spectacular cinematic experience in which the Na'vi people, after their wars with humans, face a new threat on Pandora. 8. Sinners. The film is set in 1930s America. It focuses on the story of twin brothers who want to start a new life by returning to their hometown in the South. In this process, they face an unexpected supernatural evil, and this situation is told in the film with different allusions and touches. 7. Sentimental Value. Through the relationship between a film director father and his daughter, the film questions how the past seeps into the present and how it shapes our lives. 6. Flow. The adventure of a cat trying to survive in a world submerged underwater after a great disaster. The film focuses on the cat's relationships with other animals and its journey. While doing so, it uses the theme of a flowing current that connects or separates all relationships like a hidden force. 5. One Battle After Another. The story of a man who enters a lifelong war through spiritual trauma and a deeply personal struggle. 4. All That's Left of You. In this film, you will personally feel the sorrowful and deep impact of separation and exile. The story is told through the tragedy of Palestinians trying to build a life far from their loved ones. And now we come to the top 3. A Poet. This film tells the story of a lonely and forgotten poet confronting his past and his lost love, and this is done through the poet's poems. 2. I Am Still Here. A touching story of families searching for justice and answers for their loved ones who were arrested and disappeared under the military regime in Brazil. And the film that affected me deeply this year is In the First Place. I truly loved it. Number 1. The Voice of Hind Rajab. A striking film that recreates the remote efforts to help a 6-year-old girl trapped in the middle of the hell of Gaza and uses real audio recordings. If you would like to watch the review of The Voice of Hind Rajab, please click the window in the top left. Enjoy watching.